Yes, good morning, students. Hope you define at your respective places. In continuation to our topic, that is the mineral nutrition in plants. Today, we are going to discuss one more, that is this micromolecule, that is this boron. Again, we will try to differentiate, discuss this boron into four different headings. First one is the form, second one is where it is required, third one is its functions, and fourth one is it is what we call as a deficiency. Form, in which form it is absorbed. Second one जो हम कहेंगे that is it is requirement, that is where it is required. Third heading what we will see, it is functions, and fourth one what is it is deficiency. Now form, अगर हम इसकी फॉर्म की बात करेंगे, वायर इट in which form it is absorbed by the plant, it is taken up by the plant, it is taken by the plant in ionic form, that is first one जो है इसका that is called as the borate, that is called as the borate, and second one is the tetraborate, and that is B4O72 negative. So these are the two different forms in which it is mainly absorbed. Now where it is required by the plant in leaves, and it is required by the plant in seeds. So where it is mainly required, it is the leaves and seeds. Third, that is its functions. What are the various functions which are being performed by this boron? First one is it is required for uptake and utilization, that is the usage, that is it is used, uptake and utilization of calcium ions, that is first. Second, अगर हम इसकी बात कर लेंगे where it is used, it is the important या essential हम कहेंगे, important for membrane functioning. So it plays an important role there. What are the various functions of the membrane? This boron, it plays an important role there also. Third, it is required for pollen germination on stigma. It is required for pollen germination on stigma. एक और हम बात कर लेंगे, it plays a role in cell division. Very good. Then one more process, that is the cell elongation, and third that is cell differentiation. So this boron, it plays its role in cell division, it plays its role in cell elongation and in the cell differentiation. One more, it is required for pentose phosphate pathway, which can be simply written as triple P. पेंटोस फॉस्फेट पाथवे. एक और हम इसमें लिखेंगे, इट इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर रिजनरेशन ऑफ टिश्यूज, So what we will see, we have discussed various functions of the boron. It plays an important role in the uptake and utilization of calcium ion. It is important for the membrane functioning. It is required for pollen germination on stigma. It plays a role in cell division, cell elongation, and cell differentiation. It is required for pentose phosphate pathway, that's a triple P, and it is required for regeneration of tissues. Now, it is deficiency. अगर प्लांट में इसकी डिफिशियंसी होंगी, what are those different deficiency? This plant it is required for this. हाँ एक और हम यहाँ पर लिखेंगे, that is this function, that is translocation. It plays a role in translocation of carbohydrates. What happens? This carbohydrate it is synthesized in the leaves, and this carbohydrate it is then what we will see translocated, it is then transported, it is then translocated to the storage tissue. So in the translocation of the carbohydrate which is produced during the process of photosynthesis is to be translocated to the storage tissue, that may be the fruit, that may be the seeds, etc., different tissues. And in this translocation of carbohydrate, this boron it plays an important role. Now, what are the deficiency if there is? This boron it causes a disease which is called as hot rot of beet root. Very important disease is this, which is called as hot rot of beet root. बीट जो हम खा लेते हैं. Now this hot rot में क्या हो जाता है, जो tissues होते हैं they become very much what we call as corky, they become very much rock like, they become very much solid in shape. Now what we will see in the center of this root, the central tissue of the root, since heart is the center of the organism, so it is called as the hot rot of beetroot. Second one, it causes leaf curling. Leaf curling. When there's a deficiency of the boron, there will take place this leaf curling, and ultimately they becomes brittle, वो टूट जाते हैं. एक और हमारे पास है, that is a deficiency of this boron, that is there may take place the premature leaf fall, because when there's a deficiency of the boron, curling takes place, they become brittle and they start falling from the plant, and that is the premature leaf fall. So let us recapitulate what we had discussed in this boron. This boron it is absorbed in the form of ions, borate ion, or we can say tetraborate, or it is required in leaves and seeds. क्योंकि जो हमने पहले ही देखा है, अगर हम डिफिशियंसी में देखेंगे इन द लीव्स, व्हाट वी विल सी, इफ देयर इज अ डिफिशियंसी ऑफ बोरॉन, देयर विल सी वी विल फाइंड द कर्लिंग ऑफ द लीव्स, they will become somewhat brittle, there may take place the premature leaf fall. Now if there is a deficiency of this boron, so what we will see, no translocation of this carbohydrate can take place. It plays an important role in the uptake and utilization of calcium ions. It is important for membrane functioning. It is required for pollen germination on stigma. It plays a role in cell division, cell elongation, and cell differentiation. It is required for pentose phosphate pathway. It is required for the regeneration of the tissues. And it plays a role very much important, that is the translocation of this carbohydrates. But the very much अगर deficiency होगी, the very important deficiency of this is hot root disease of beetroot. Here we will see जो cells, जो tissues होते हैं, they become very much rock solid in the center, or they will become somewhat woody in the center, since heart lies in the center of the body, so it is called as the hot rot. There may take place the leaf curling, leaves will become brittle, and there may take place the premature leaf fall. Now one more हमारे पास है जिसको हम पढ़ने की कोशिश करेंगे, that is the molybdenum. That is this molybdenum. अब हमारे पास एक और है, दैट इज दिस molybdenum. Now how is this molybdenum, अगर हम बात कर लेंगे, in which form it is going to be absorbed, it is going to be uptake, it takes place, it is absorbed in the form of the molybdenate ion. Molybdenate ion, and it is molybdenum. It is symbol is MO, and this is the oxygen O. Molybdenate ion 2 positive. It is a divalent. Now, where it is required, this molybdenum, ये कहाँ पर हमको इसकी जरूरत पड़ जाती है? This molybdenum ion, 1 minute. This molybdenum ion कहाँ पर it is required? All over the plant, required everywhere. Required everywhere in the plant, especially in the roots, especially in the roots, जहां पर इसकी जरूरत पड़ जाती है. And it is there, it is required in the form of molybdenate ion. Now, what are the various functions that are going to be performed by this molybdenum ion? वो कौन कौन से functions हैं, हम उनका अब थोड़ा बहुत जिक्र यहाँ पर कर लेंगे. What are the various functions that are going to be performed by this molybdenum? The first function, important function is, जो हम यहां पर देख लेंगे, it maintains क्लोरोप्लास्ट स्ट्रक्चर. ये इसकी इंपॉर्टेंट एक है, क्लोरोप्लास्ट स्ट्रक्चर. फर्स्ट. सेकंड, अगर हम इसकी बात कर लेंगे, where it is the main function, it is required for ascorbic acid metabolism, जहां पर ये इस्तेमाल, दैट इज विटामिन सी. एक और जहां पर इसकी फंक्शन हम देख सकते हैं, इट हेल्प्स इन द accumulation of amino acids. And the very important function of this molybdenum is, it is the component of nitrogenase and nitrate reductase. These are the enzymes. Nitrogenase and nitrate reductase enzymes, which are essential for nitrogen metabolism. This is an important function which is being performed by metabolism. एक और अगर हम बात कर लेंगे, where it is required for nodule formation. This molybdenum is required for the nodule formation, where we will see जो rhizobium bacteria जो होते हैं, rhizobium type of bacteria can accumulate. And what we will see, these are some of the important functions which are going to be performed by this molybdenum. Now, what are these deficiencies which are being by this. The deficiency जो हमारे पास इसमें है, deficiency, it can cause few deficiencies. This deficiency of this molybdenum, it can cause few these diseases which are given below. First जो important है, that is called as yellow spot of citrus fruit. Citrus fruit, जहां पर हम ये देखते हैं एक बीमारी है, that is called as yellow spot of citrus fruit. And what happens in this disease, जो citrus fruit जो होते हैं, they would develop yellow color spots all over their skin. उनमें जो स्किन में उसमें हम देखते हैं कि येलो कलर के स्पॉट जो होते हैं, दे विल डेवलप येलो कलर स्पॉट्स ऑल ओवर देयर स्किन, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ विच जो उनकी स्किन जो होती है, इट विल बिकम पैची बिकॉज ऑफ दीज येलो स्पॉट्स. दिस इज वन. नाउ दिस डिजीज जो है, इट इज पर्टिकुलर डिजीज एंड इट इज मेनली फाउंड इन द साइट्रस फ्रूट्स. नाउ वन मोर disease which is also specific, that is the whiptail disease of cabbage. Whiptail disease of cabbage. कैबेज में हम क्या देखते हैं, जो उसके लीफ जो होते हैं, they become somewhat long and they become somewhat whip-like shape, and that is why it is called as a whiptail disease of cabbage. And it is because of this whiptail, this reduced structure of its leaves, that there is enough economic loss to the growers, because अब जो इनकी जो बीमारी लग जाती है कि जो इसमें पत्ते जो होते हैं वो छोटे रह जाते हैं, and they are not being used they are not going to be used. एक और बीमारी जो है, that is found throughout many plants, and that is called as dieback of shoot. What is this disease? It has been reported in many plants, in many crops, where only जो shoot जो होते हैं, they get affected. जो शूट जो होते हैं, दे गेट इफेक्टेड. एक और हम देखते हैं, ड्यू द डिफिशियंसी ऑफ दिस मॉलिब्डेनम, जो नाइट्रोजन एब्जॉर्प्शन जो होता है, एब्जॉर्प्शन, इट गेट्स इफेक्टेड. नाइट्रोजन एब्जॉर्प्शन जो है, इट गेट्स इफेक्टेड. नॉट ओनली दिस इफेक्टेड, अगर हम बात कर लेंगे जो अमाइनो एसिड्स है, या वी हैव गॉट द प्रोटीन्स, उनकी सिंथेसिस जो होती है, इट ऑल्सो गेट्स इफेक्टेड. सो दीज आर सम ऑफ द इंपॉर्टेंट डिफिशियंसीज ऑफ दिस molybdenum. First, it is obtained, it is absorbed by the plant in the form of molybdenate ion. It is required everywhere in the plant, especially in the roots, in the form of molybdenate ion. Function अगर हम बात करेंगे, it maintains the chloroplast structure. That is why when there we will see this deficiency of in the cabbage, what we will see, there is a disease which is called as the whiptail disease. It is required for ascorbic acid metabolism. That is why in case of this citrus fruits, where we will see this vitamin C is found, when there is a deficiency of this disease, no metabolism of this ascorbic acid takes place, and due to this the yellow spots जो है, they are found here and there on the fruit, and that is why जो skin इसकी होती है citrus fruit की, it becomes somewhat patchy. It helps in the accumulation of the amino acid. That is why we have written the deficiency, that due to the deficiency of this molybdenum, what we'll see, the amino acid synthesis जो हमारे पास है, absorption, that gets affected. It is the component of nitrogenase and nitrate reductase, which are the essential for nitrogen metabolism. Now, these two enzymes, when there is a deficiency of nitrogen, जो इसकी absorption है, it gets affected, and it forms the nodule formation that is found. Now जो इसकी deficiency हमारे पास है, these two diseases, that is this yellow spot and this whiptail disease, they are very much important because these two diseases, they can be easily found because they are specific, they are particular, and these diseases are found in a particular plant, in a particular crop. So this was all about this. What are the various these what we study the mineral nutrition in the plants. We will continue this topic, mineral nutrition in plants, and we will proceed further. In the next video, we will try to proceed in this topic. Until then, goodbye. God bless you. Thanks.